It is the Monday morning cup of coffee coming to you from Tommy Womack's living room. It's a charming place. It's a little messy, but it's full of love. Anyway, let's have a sip of coffee to get our day started, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Got a gig Friday night, this Friday, April 12th, at the Original Basement off 8th Avenue South. And we're opening for High Water, Tommy Womack and the Ruins at 8 p.m. and High Water around 9 p.m. Should be a good show. They're a great band. They're doing the whole weekend at the basement, and we're opening the Friday night show. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun to play with the band again. I enjoy the solo acoustic shows, but the band shows are a whole other animal. They're much fun. Now, going to Scotland and Northern England in June, looks to be. And once I get home, I'll have like a day off, and then I'm going on a little mini tour connecting me up with Brooklyn, New York, to record my next album with Eric Ambel producing. So I'm really excited about that. And Government Cheese is playing June 8th. That's right around the corner, and the Cheese is coming over next week to my house to rehearse for the first time to get ready for this thing. And trying to think if there's anything more exciting. I'm going to do that spoken word thing, but I got to get a date for it. I got to find out where I want to play it and when. You know, so that's still in the hopper. That wasn't a little dream I had that I pushed to the wayside. Anyway, I'm going to show you something here. First of all, I have a problem in my life. It's this thing right there. See Nathan's picture there from a long time ago? See? That was Nathan when he was 13 or 14, I guess, wearing one of my hats. What was I about to say? Okay, well, the problem with this is that I tend to go to bed with this, open up the YouTube function, put my earbuds in, and go down a rabbit hole. And instead of doing that, I've been reading all the books I've bought over time. I buy way too many records and books. It's my big flaw economically. But the way I rationalize it is I'm not buying $100 bags of weed, and I'm not spending $35, $40 in a bar 3 nights a week. You know, not doing that. So what the hell, books? You know, why not? So I'm going to show you all the books that I have in my bullpen to get read. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I want to use that in dealings with the cheese. That's why I bought that. Beyond Belief by Elaine Pagels. Great author about early Christianity. She's written several books. This one is about the Gospel of Thomas and the followers of the Apostle Thomas. Fiery Trial, Abraham Lincoln and American Slavery. If you know me at all, you know I love my Lincoln books. Okay, this one I have been reading, and I'll show you where I stopped. You see where the bookmark is there? See, I'm about, almost 2/3 of the way through it. Churchill. I made it to, what page am I on? 694. And I got a little fried on it. I had to take a break from Churchill, but I'm going to finish him, by golly. Then there's this, an excellent book. This is where I am so far in it. The Five Families, America's Most Powerful Mafia Empires. And I love a good gangster book. I'm a big gangster aficionado. When I was in New York in February, I went to Little Italy, and I actually sat foot in what was the Ravenite Social Club, John Gotti's hub in Little Italy. Before that, it was Aurelio Della Croce's club. And it's a haberdashery now. You can just walk right in. And it felt so weird to be walking into the door that was the Ravenite Club and just being able to be there, because I would not have been allowed to be there 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Um, and I had a nice dinner there. I'm going to go to Sparks Steakhouse sometime and see where Paul Castellano was rubbed out. I've seen their menu online. I can't afford to eat there. A $50 filet mignon. It's not even like a 25-pound filet. I don't think they make 25-pound fillets. But $50. I'll just be getting my picture taken out in front of the place, and that'll be it. The Andy Warhol Diaries. It's a compulsive page-turner, but I've barely gotten started on it here before YouTube called me in the wee hours. See, that's where I am on that. I've just read like the intro or something. Todd Snider, Never Met a Story I Didn't Like. Been meaning to read this one for a while because I've worked with the guy off and on for 25 odd years, you know. So I might be in the book. God on the Rocks by Phil Madeira. Emmylou Harris's keyboard player and multi-instrumentalist and a tremendous guy. And I think he's a preacher's kid too, so he has interests in Christian philosophy as well. So I've always been meaning to read that one. Leave the Gun, Take the Cannoli, the epic story of the making of The Godfather. And I'm a Godfather freak, and that's what got me started on gangsters back in 7th grade when I saw the first Godfather movie. By the way, I learned about the birds and the bees reading the Godfather book in 7th grade. Something about Sonny and Lucy Mancini upstairs in a bedroom during the wedding party. And there were phrases in the book like blood-gorged pole of muscle, and she weepingly pushed it into her own wet, turgid flesh. I had to have my older brother explain that one to me. And then I went, really? That's what it's all about? I got a second Art of War. I don't know why. This is where I am with it. It's a thinner one, so I don't know. I forgot that I had a copy and I bought another copy. That happens every now and then. The Liars Club by Mary Carr. I was the entertainment at a retreat that Mary was on, and she's a phenomenal woman and a great writer, and I've been looking forward to getting into that one. Grant by Ron Chernow. That's where I'm at. The Civil War just ended. He's about to start his political career, and I had to take a break from it. It's splendidly reading, and it's a weird thing that I won't have to try to remember where I was in the story. I'm pretty encyclopedic on a lot of that Civil War era stuff. Marr, Set the Boy Free, Johnny Marr, autobiography. I love the Smiths. I think Morrissey's hilarious. I don't think he means to be, but I think he is. And Lisa Oliver Gray gave me this for my birthday years ago. Always wanted to get in on it. Read the first bit of it once, and it was nice. I liked it. Patti Smith, A Book of Days. All it is pictures. A picture for every day of the year. And Patty's a bit of a shutterbug, so she takes these pictures, and I believe it's little essays, mini essays that go with each picture. Elvis Costello, Unfaithful Music and Disappearing Ink. It's his autobiography. Apparently he wrote it himself without a ghostwriter, as far as I can see. Been interested in looking at that. Been listening to some Elvis Costello lately. Listened to Trust while taking a shower yesterday. Listened to Punch the Clock yesterday morning. The Guns at Last Light, The War in Western Europe, 1944 to 1945. That's the year to read about when the Americans finally landed in Normandy, along with the Canadians and the English and the French and, maybe the odd Lithuanian. I don't know. I love World War II reading too. The European theater. For some reason, I'm not that enticed by the Asian theater, but the European theater of World War II, I like reading about that stuff. Here's a good one that I've really been meaning to get into. Charlie's Good Tonight by Paul Sexton, the authorized biography of Charlie Watts, with a foreword by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. Obviously not writing together at the same time. Okay, this is one I've had for a long time, and I've had a roadblock about it. Hard to Handle, Steve Gorman, The Life and Death of the Black Crowes. Steve and I know each other from college. Before I was in Government Cheese and he was in the Black Crowes, we used to talk music all the time. Back in the days of college, we're talking like 1983, 84. And he moved to Atlanta and became a big rock star in a big rock band. And I stayed in Bowling Green and became a local rock star. And by local, I mean within a 10-block radius. And made some records on an indie label that went nowhere. So I have a bug up my butt about the Black Crowes. I don't like talking about them. I don't like hearing them because it just makes me pissed off that the Cheese didn't get that big bite of the apple that they did. And this is nothing against Steve. I love Steve to death. We're friends. We had coffee and traded books a long time ago. And I have been... this thing right here has really been keeping me from concentrating on reading that because I heard it's great. The Revelations of the Aramaic Jesus. I am in the process of working on learning as much Aramaic as I can. Here's another book, Complete Aramaic. Got them for Christmas. Aramaic was the language Jesus spoke, and the book I'm working on right now has Aryan passages of Aramaic language, and I want to be able to use that language in the book as I'm writing. It's about the people in the year 6 to 4 BC living in a little town called Nazareth and all the crazy shenanigans that happened. And those people spoke Aramaic. And then I didn't even know about this, the 5 essential people skills, how to assert yourself, listen to others, and resolve conflicts. Oh, Dale Carnegie, that's why I got that. Dale Carnegie is great. Dale Carnegie never wrote a bad book. He wrote very useful books. And that's it. That's all the books. That's all the books right now. So come see us Friday the 12th at the Basement in Nashville if you're anywhere in the area. It's a full band show. I will be, let me see, I'm going to give you a heads up about something here. Saturday, May 11th, I will be at the Penny Lane Coffee House in Evansville, Indiana. I haven't been there for a while, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, God bless you. Keep the faith. Don't let the bastards get you down. Rock and roll all night and party every day. Don't be afraid to be the one who says I love you first. Godspeed. God bless you. Have a great week.